Welcome back. We'll continue our discussion on antihistamines. We'll be seeing piperacin, phenothiazine and some miscellaneous class of antihistamines in this video. So we will start our discussion with cyclisins or piperacin derivatives. Four drugs are mentioned in your syllabus. Cyclisin, chlorcyclisin hydrochloride, meclizin hydrochloride and buclizin hydrochloride. So cyclisin, or otherwise they are also known as piperacin because they contain a piperacin heterocyclic nucleus in their structure. Okay, these cyclisins can be considered as cyclic ethylene diamine derivatives. So you can see two nitrogen atoms in their structure, and those two nitrogen atoms are connected by two ethylene bridge, and so it becomes a cyclic structure. So this is the general structure of cyclisin derivatives. So if you recollect the general structure of antihistamines, there is a connecting atom X. Here in this case the connecting atom X is CHN. The nitrogen atom is a connecting atom that links to the another second nitrogen atom through a ethylene chain. So the three structural features, that is a terminal nitrogen atom, the ethylene bridge and the connecting atom N, CHN, forms a part of piperacin nucleus. So these three structural groups or structural features are present as a part of the piperacin ring. So, if you look at the general structure of piperacin derivatives, you can see that two aryl groups, one phenyl and the other substituted phenyl, are connected to the connecting atom, nitrogen atom, through a methyl bridge, CH bridge. Okay. The second nitrogen atom, that is the terminal nitrogen atom, carries a substituent R, and depending upon the nature of the R and the substituent present in the phenyl ring, you will get different types of piperacin derivative. So, in the previous examples, what we have seen as the common factor in all the previous first generation antihistamine is that the terminal nitrogen atom usually carries a 2-methyl group. But here in this case, in the cyclisins, the terminal nitrogen atom is not dimethyl substituted. It is something different. So what is the difference? The first thing is that the nitrogen atom, the terminal nitrogen atom, forms a part of the piperacin ring. So two valencies of nitrogen atom is satisfied because it is a part of the ring system, and the third valency is usually a methyl group or a substituted phenyl ring. And so based on the R present at the nitrogen atom and X present in the phenyl ring, you get different derivatives of piperacins or cyclisins. So in cyclisin hydrochloride, the X is a hydrogen atom. The substitution at the phenyl ring is a hydrogen atom, and the substitution at the nitrogen atom, that is R, is a methyl group. And in chlorcyclisin, from the name itself you can understand that it is a chlorine substituted derivative of cyclisin. So the X in the substituted phenyl ring stands for chlorine, and you get chlorcyclisin. So the next two derivatives, that is the meclizin and buclizin hydrochloride. In those derivatives, the X is same, that is the chlorine atom, but the substitution R is different. In meclizin, it is meta-methyl benzyl group attached to the terminal nitrogen atom, whereas in buclizin, it is para-tertiary butyl benzyl group attached to the terminal nitrogen atom. So we will see the important properties of these derivatives. Cyclisin and chlorcyclisin, they are used as hydrochloride salt, and they are light sensitive white crystalline powder with bitter taste, and the lactate salt of cyclisin is more stable and soluble in aqueous medium, and so it is used in parenteral preparations. And these two agents are used in allergic conditions like urticaria, hay fever, etc. In chlorcyclazine, the presence of chlorine at second or third position of the phenyl ring decreases the activity. In meclizine hydrochloride, the R is a benzyl ring, and that benzyl ring carries a methyl group at the meta position. It is a moderately potent antihistaminic agent, and it is mainly used for its anti-nauseant property. It is used in motion sickness, nausea and vomiting associated with vertigo, etc. In buclizine hydrochloride, R is also a substituted benzyl derivative, and that benzyl ring at the para position carries a tertiary butyl group. So that is the presence of butyl group gives the name buclizine. It is highly lipid soluble, and so it can readily cross the blood-brain barrier. So it is CNS depressant, and it is used for its antiemetic and antihistaminic property. Now coming to the synthesis of cyclazine. The synthesis takes place in 4 steps, and the starting material is a piperazine ring. So what you see on the screen is a piperazine ring, and you can see 2 nitrogen atoms. And the first step in the synthesis of cyclazine is the introduction of a methyl group at one of the nitrogen atoms. So the first step is a methylation of any one nitrogen atom. So you can see that since there are 2 nitrogen atoms, if you are methylating piperazine directly, the methylation can take place at both the nitrogen atom. So in order to restrict the methylation reaction at one nitrogen atom, any one of the nitrogen atom of the piperazine ring must be protected, and for that acetylation reaction is done so that one nitrogen atom gets acetylated, and so the piperazine ring is acetylated using acetyl chloride CH3COCl that leads to the introduction of a acetyl group at one of the nitrogen atom. And so that is the first step, acetylation of one of the nitrogen atom in order to protect that nitrogen atom from the methylation reaction. And now coming to the second step. Second step is the methylation of the second nitrogen atom using a methyl iodide. So the methyl group is introduced at the second nitrogen atom, and you get a N-methyl piperazine derivative. So this derivative contains a methyl group at one nitrogen atom and an acetyl group at the second nitrogen atom. So this acetyl group was introduced as a protecting agent, and now the next step is to remove that acetyl group, the deprotecting the acetyl group, and that is done by treating it with hydrochloric acid. So this hydrochloric acid removes the acetyl chloride, so acetyl group, from the piperazine ring to form 1-methyl piperazine. Now coming to the last step of the synthesis, that is the introduction of the aryl substitution at the second nitrogen atom. And for that, the 1-methyl piperazine is alkylated using benzhydryl bromide. So benzhydryl bromide is a diphenyl methane. That is, it contains 2 benzene ring joined by a single carbon atom. That is why it is known as benzhydryl compound. Benzhydryl. The alkylation reaction takes place and you get cyclazine. So that's all about the synthesis of cyclazine and cyclazine derivatives. And now coming to the next compound, phenothiazine derivative. First one is promethazine hydrochloride. Promethazine hydrochloride, more popularly known as Phenergan in the market, is a phenothiazine derivative. So first we will see the chemistry of phenothiazine ring. You are all familiar with the structure of phenothiazine ring. So phenothiazine is a tricyclic compound. It contains 2 benzene ring joined or connected by a sulfur atom and a nitrogen atom. So you can see that there is a central ring that contains a sulfur and nitrogen atom, and then on the sides of it you have two benzene ring. And in the case of promethazine hydrochloride, it is a phenothiazine derivative with antihistaminic action. It contains substitution at the nitrogen atom. The ring nitrogen atom contains a 2 or 3 carbon alkyl chain. Usually it is a propyl chain, and at the second carbon atom of the propyl chain, a terminal nitrogen atom is attached with 2 methyl group substituted to the nitrogen atom. So you may be familiar with phenothiazine, chlorpromazine. It is an antipsychotic agent. It is also a phenothiazine derivative, but it contains a electron withdrawing group, electronegative group at the second position of the phenothiazine ring, and the presence of a chlorine atom at the second position gives it antipsychotic activity, whereas those phenothiazines with antihistaminic activity does not have any substitution in the phenothiazine ring. And the second point is that phenothiazines with antihistaminic activity have a branched side chain, and those phenothiazines with antipsychotic activity contains an unbranched alkyl chain. Antihistaminic phenothiazines contains a branched alkyl side chain, and so therefore it contains a chiral carbon atom, and so giving chances for optical isomers, optically active isomers. Most of the points that we have already seen with respect to the antipsychotic agents. Okay, now we will see the synthesis of promethazine. It is a two-step reaction. The starting material is a diphenylamine or N-phenylenedione. It is treated with sulfur in presence of iodine or aluminum chloride at 140 degrees centigrade to 150 degrees centigrade. The ring closure takes place to form a phenothiazine ring. And then the second step involves the introduction of the side chain. And for that, the 1-chloro-2-dimethyl-aminopropane hydrochloride is treated with the phenothiazine ring in presence of sodamide, and the side chain is introduced to form the promethazine. Promethazine is used as its hydrochloride salt, promethazine hydrochloride. Coming to the uses of promethazine hydrochloride, it is an antihistaminic agent, so it is used in the treatment of allergic conditions. Then it is used for its anti-nauseant activity, and nausea and vomiting associated with pregnancy, motion sickness, anti-emetic, and it is used prophylactically. It can be used prophylactically both for the pre-operative and post-operatively. So that's all about promethazine. Coming to the next class of compound, dibenzocycloheptenes, cyproheptadine and dibenzocycloheptane, example is asatidine. So they can be considered as a phenothiazine analog, in which the sulfur atom is replaced by an isosteric vinyl group, CH double bond CH group, and that gives dibenzocycloheptenes, cyproheptadine, and a sulfur atom replaced by an ethyl bridge, CH2CH2, to form dibenzocycloheptanes, asatidine derivatives. Also, the ring nitrogen atom is replaced by an sp2 carbon atom, carbon-carbon double bond, and that sp2 carbon-carbon double bond is connected to a piperidine ring. See the structure of cyproheptadine. The two benzene rings are connected by a vinyl ring, and then the nitrogen atom is replaced by a sp2 carbon atom, and that carbon atom is attached to a piperidine ring, and this is the structure of asatidine. Here the two benzene rings are connected by a ethyl bridge, and the rest is same as that of cyproheptadine. Asatidine is used as its malleate salt. Coming to the uses of these agents, cyproheptadine and astatidine both possess both antihistaminic activity and anti-serotonin activity. Astatidine hydrochloride is more potent. It is long-acting antihistaminic agent. Now, cyproheptadine is an antihistaminic agent, so it is used as an antipruritic, that is against itching. They are also used for the treatment of hypersensitivity reactions, allergic rhinitis, etc. Allergic rhinitis, allergic conjunctivitis, etc. They are also used for the treatment of nightmares associated with post-traumatic stress disorders. And because of its anti-serotonin activity, it is used for the treatment or prevention of migraine, suppression of vascular headaches, and they also stimulate appetite. So that's all about the first generation antihistamines. So in the next video we'll be seeing about the second generation antihistamines. So thank you all.